Hello, it's James again, coming back for like the second time in just over a week. This video is going to be slightly more happy than the last video, which was not so happy. This jersey arrived like 3 or 4 days after the announcement came through, so I guess it's now a collector's item. But I mean, I love it, so I'm going to wear it and honor the Dallas Jackals in this video. So it's the off season, it's the MLR off season, and usually during the off season, it gives me more time to kind of think about what I can do to improve things during the season next time, what kind of posts I want to do. I can deep dive into some more work intensive posts and stuff like that. So I've been, at the minute, I'm posting like a kind of series on MLR's all time leaders. But what I'm here to talk about today is after I think 2 years of working on this through the off season and just when I can and basically teaching myself. MLR Stats is now a website. It's now a website. It's not called MLR Stats, just to try and avoid any legal issues of using MLR. It is called narugbydb.com, and it's finally live. You can go check it out right now, and the link will be in the description here. But I'm going to take you on a quick run through and show you kind of what the website's about and what it can do. Here it is. Without further ado, here's the website. This is the homepage, NA Rugby Database, the perfect North American rugby companion. Welcome to NARDB. You'll notice the branding exactly the same as MLR Stats Instagram page up here, just with NAR Stats in case of any issues. This is going to be the home of MLR Stats as a website. And if I called it MLRstats.com, it would kind of shut me into only doing MLR. And if it comes to a point down the line where I can start to focus on other leagues, so it doesn't just kind of limit me into that. But here's the homepage. You notice we've got the same kind of branding as my my Instagram page, which is right here. Ta-da! I wanted to stick to that as kind of the brand colors, which I think work together really, really well. So this is the homepage. You'll see at the sidebar, there's the the 2024 Eastern Conference and the 2024 Western Conference. Sorry, Jackals. There's the calendar. There's a few articles which I've written just as kind of placeholders. But this is it. So let's see what this site can do, shall we? So you'll see here I've got the how to use this site. Here are a couple of useful links to get started. So the latest MLR season. This should take us to the 2024 MLR season. There we go, the 2024 season standings. So here's a little intro into kind of what happened in the build-up to 2024. It's quite a tumultuous one where there's like the Miami Sharks joined, Atlanta relocated, Toronto and New York pulled out. All of that is kind of explained in here a little bit about the context of that season. Let me scroll down further. We've got the Eastern Conference, full table standings. Western Conference, we've also got, this is kind of a spiel about what happened during the season and, where every team finished. The Championship Series is obviously complete. Spoilers, I know, but if you haven't seen it by now, come on. There's the entire bracket of the 2024 playoffs. So you'll see the New England Free Jacks. They beat the Flags. Then they beat the Chicago Hounds in the Eastern Conference Final. Then they beat the Seattle Seawolves. And Seattle Seawolves, you can see every team's path, and the bracket number is the seeding. So you'll be able to see that. Here is links to every single playoff game. We will come on to that soon. This is what happened in the playoffs. Here's a list of the all MLR teams, and every single one of these is also a link to the player, which we'll get on to soon. And here's the leaderboards for kind of the MLR leaders for that season. So we've got kind of points on the left, we've got tries on the right, we've got tackles and meters gained here by player. We've got the end of season awards here as announced by MLR. So that's what you can expect from like a season breakdown here. Loads of information here. I hope everyone finds it really useful. Go back to home. We see there's the latest MLR Collegiate Draft link as well. So there's also pages for the MLR Collegiate Draft 2024, the one that's just happened a few weeks ago. So this is which teams have which picks. So, for example, Anthem had their own pick in the first round of 2024. LA's and Old Glory's all in the first round. They had their own pick in the second round and Free Jacks pick in the second round. So the Free Jacks don't have their pick in the second round, they have LA's, for example. That's just to see where everyone's pick's gone. Here's a full breakdown of the actual draft itself and who drafted which players. And then which team, on the left here is which teams had the most picks in that draft, and on the right is which schools had the most draftees. In 2024, it was St Mary's Gales, who had 6 draftees. And what I didn't mention for the season one is if you come up here to the all-time MLR standings, there's a season breakdown for every single season of MLR that's happened so far, 2018 to 2025. This one was going to be built out as we learn more about 2025. The draft, there's also one for every single draft. And, if you don't want to navigate via the homepage, there's these drop downs here, which also show you things like if you click on the top one, all-time MLR standings. Here's the all-time MLR standings across every single season, including playoff games. And you see this, unfortunately the red teams are inactive now, which is a bit of a shame. I actually need to update Dallas. I missed them on a page. Sorry, guys. It's full of stuff like this, just pages of information that I've got out from my brain and my Google Sheets documents onto a website here. So I mentioned that every game is linked. So we'll go to results and fixtures for 2024. You'll see this is all here from round 1. It starts at round 1 and works down to round 2, round 3, round 4, and then if you go right to the end, all the way up here, there's Western Conference Final, Eastern Conference Final, and the Championship Final. So we click on the Championship Final here, and from pretty much anywhere on the website, it will bring you to its own page dedicated for that game. So here's a breakdown of what happened in that game. Here's the actual result in terms of scoring, and here's the box score. These numbers here, Joe Tafote started at number 2, but then was replaced by number 16 at some point in the game. So you'll get to see who comes off, who goes on. These slightly darker boxes are the subs. And then you'll see the tries, conversions, penalties, automatic conversions, drop goals, meters gained, tackles, and then this is kicks scored and kicks attempted. So 2 of 4, for example, for kicking for Matt Mason here, and then points scored. Back on the homepage now, we'll just show you how you can navigate to every single game. Every single game in MLR history has its own page, but they do all have box scores, they do all have the correct teams and the correct substitutes, so that's all working. You can navigate to whichever game you want. As well as whichever game you want, let's go to the latest MLR season and down to a player leaderboard, and I will show you this. The all MLR teams, every single one of these is linked to a player. So let's go to Dylan Fawcett. And all MLR first 15. Give it a second. It brings you to Dylan Fawcett's page. Here's a little bio, and here's a bio about what he, his playing career previous to MLR, as well as the kind of achievements he's achieved in MLR, which is quite a long list. If we look at this, such as first, Team of the Week nominations, first 50, all MLR, any kind of achievements like top 10, where he finished as top 10 try scorer. Spoilers, he did. And any kind of team that was, as well as, he is an MLR champion. So that's in here too, in full bold, because that deserves full bold. He's a champion. If we come down here, there's a breakdown by season of his stats. So in bold here is his career totals, as you'll see. 98 caps, 56 tries, 2,820 meters gained, and 280 points scored. Every single player who has played an MLR game has their own page on this site. There is, I think, just under 1,300 pages of players on this site. Not all of them have a bio yet, and that's why I've put this contact page on here. This is essentially if anyone wants to reach out and correct any information or let me know that something isn't working on the site, you can reach out here and I will get to it, I will adjust it, or I will check the information. So let's say, for example, there's a player who played a couple of games in 2020 before the season shut down, and he doesn't have a bio. Someone can write in, here, let me know, hey, do you mind filling out this player's bio? I'd be really interested to know. Submit it to me. When I get round to it, I will then action that and fill out this bio and build the site kind of with you guys as you request it. Now, it's fully up to date. You'll see right here, if I search Mpofu, there is Malembe Mpofu, who the Seattle Seawolves announced, I think, yesterday. It's right up to date. I'm going to be monitoring things and updating them as soon as I can. And I'll probably tweet out when things are updated on my personal Twitter. It has pages for every team, as well as, this one has, let's go to the Free Jacks, they won. It has a little history of the team, achievements for the team, all-time milestone holders for that team, as well as the single season records. It's got historical performance. It's got overall records. It's got a history of the head coach and the captains. It's got a logo, venue. There's loads of information on here. This is just a kind of a glimpse into what this website can do. I want you guys to go to this website and find out all this information. So there you have it. It's a quick glimpse into what this website looks like, what it can do, and what you guys can do with this website. I'm pretty happy with it right now. I'm really proud of it, and I'm glad that we've managed to get it out. So we, being me and my brother Will, I'm really happy with being able to get it out on this off season, and it's living as the off season progresses. So any news updates, players signings, they'll be put into this website as and when we hear about it, as well as any trades or anything like that. Didn't even show you the trades page. There's a full list of every trade that's ever happened in MLR. Go and check it out. It is narugbydb.com. I'm really proud of it. I hope you guys really, really enjoy it and see the value in stats that I do. I share these stats because I want people to know about them, and this is just the next step on that. Thank you guys for watching and supporting me up this far on my Twitter and Instagram and the previous videos I've done. Let's take this to the next level and enjoy narugbydb.com.